So I got The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, back when it came out. What was that, 2023 in May? I still haven't beaten it. Because the game is so long. According to my Switch, I've sunk 65 plus hours into the game. So I want to talk about this. This is a problem to me. I don't know why companies think that for some reason longer games equals better games. That is not necessarily the case, and I'm going to talk about that, especially because recently Nintendo said that they're going to be charging based on how much content is in a game. The value of the game is going to be determined by how much they cram into the game. Something along those lines is what Doug Browser said.
Yeah, I would say that we're not really looking to establish a benchmark for pricing. We look at every game and every experience and determine what we believe is the right price point based on that experience. The pricing that we announced is the right pricing. But again, other games like you mentioned, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's going to be at a $70 price point because that is what we feel is the right price point for that particular gaming experience.
So there's no standard price, basically.
There's no standard price.
So I kind of take this to mean that the longer the game, the higher the price. That's why Tears of the Kingdom was $70 when most Switch games were $60, because there's just more stuff. There's more stuff in it. That means it's better, right? Wrong. False. Mario Kart 8, $80 because there's a lot of stuff in it. And I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Whatever. That's a whole other thing. Longer doesn't necessarily mean better. In reality, what longer games usually mean are more padding and a less carefully crafted experience, i.e. Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry to dog on Tears of the Kingdom. I know that's kind of like the butt of the joke here is Tears of the Kingdom. I have thoughts about Tears of the Kingdom. I may actually discuss them more in depth later. But yeah, it's just a prime example of a game that's way too long and there's way too much stuff in it, and there's really not, it's not good stuff. It's just stuff. As I get older, I don't have 200 hours to sink into every new game. I already play new games pretty sparingly. Maybe like 3 to 4 new games a year, if that I get. And given my schedule, I play games maybe once or twice a week, usually. So probably about 3 to 5 hours tops. Maybe not even that. It depends. So that amount of game time gets me basically nowhere in massive games like Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. Not sorry. And you could say maybe that's a me problem. And maybe it is. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm aging out of video games or whatnot. I don't know. We're having some existential crises here on this, whatever. Point is, we're bringing it back. We're not going existential right now. See other videos for that. I'm sure I've done it plenty of times. Some of my favorite games are short. For example, Pikmin 1, Wario World, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, Luigi's Mansion, Super Monkey Ball 2. These games are like 5 hours or less, and then it's done. These games are good because they're meant to be replayed. I think they have aged like fine wine. And as a result, I replay these games very often. I actually go back to them usually once a year or so. And given the amount of time that I have, I could either play Tears of the Kingdom for 40 weeks straight to beat it, or basically the equivalent of 1 year, or I could complete 5 games in about a month and then move on to the next one. So generally speaking, I end up choosing the shorter games. When I play them, I feel more accomplished. I feel like I'm getting better at them each time, and I also enjoy myself more. I wish Nintendo understood this. I wish they were a little bit more flexible. There are some games that Nintendo's made in recent years that are a little bit shorter, but they don't price them any differently. I hope that changes moving forward, that maybe the silver lining in what Doug Browser said is that maybe they'll start charging less for certain games, because they did sell Metroid Prime Remastered for $40. I was expecting 60, but it was only 40. Maybe that means when they have shorter games, they'll charge under 60. Wishful thinking. It's probably not going to happen, but it would be really great if they did, or if they did sales, or if they did something other than selling games at $80. I'm sorry, that's not what this video is about. The point is, I wish Nintendo were okay with making shorter games. I think this would allow them also to make more games for IPs that don't often get new games. So you get more games, you get a variety of price and length and enjoyment. I think shorter games also tend to be more fine-tuned and enjoyable experiences. Again, because the longer you make the game, the less quality assurance you have over that because of how much it exponentially expands. Like, think of trying to quality assure and bug test a game like Tears of the Kingdom and performance test that game. Performance test. Think about how much time it would take just to do that for that one game versus something like Pikmin 1, because it's a completely different scale of game. Pikmin 1 is so good. You can just go back to it and you get better at it each time. There's still room for improvement, and I've been playing that game my entire life, basically. So anyway, point is, I just tend to like shorter games. I wish Nintendo made shorter games. I wish, and not just Nintendo, like other third-party developers, like everybody has this craze for making this massive open world game that needs to be 700 hours long, and it doesn't, though. It doesn't. You can just make a nice short game. Like, the indie game world gets it. There's not a lot of indie games that I really gravitate towards, but at least they get making like a nice compact experience that's enjoyable. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I just being an old man, or do you also enjoy shorter games? Would you like to see more shorter games be produced? Let me know. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments, and we will talk about the length of games, because that is the subject of this week. I'm gonna go to the gym now. I've been rambling about video games. I'm gonna go do something else. Bye.